Welcome back to my channel. So on today's tutorial I'll be showing you how I made these basic pants. So in the meantime, please like, subscribe and share. First thing first, I'm just going to make a straight line here for my starting point. As you can see, I also have a vertical line, so I'm just doing a horizontal line here, and that will be where I will start measuring my waist. Now I'll be marking all the vertical points, which is the hip line. So I measured 6 inches for the hip line, and then I will just also measure the crotch line, which is 11 inches, and then I will just go down by 4 inches for my thigh, and then I will mark the knee line point. So after marking the knee line point, then I will mark the full length of my pants. And then that's it. So I'm just going to make horizontal lines. And after doing the horizontal lines, what I will do is I'll just label my waist, hip, crotch, thigh line, the knee line, and also the full length of my pants. So I'm just going to come here on the hip line. I will take my hip circumference, divide it by 4, and make a point. So in this case, mine it's 9 inches. So I'm just going to make a 9-inch point there. And I'll also come to the crotch line down here. I will also mark the 9 inches I got from the hip circumference. So I will just join the lines together from the waist, hip, and the crotch. So I'm just going to make a vertical line here. Now I will take the measurements here on the hip line, which is 9 inches. I will divide the 9 inches by 4. So I'm just folding my tape, dividing the 9 inches by 4. And after dividing, I will come here on the crotch line. As you can see where I'm placing my tape, and then I will just make a point. And then from the middle point, I will just go out by 1 inch. This one is for the crotch curve. Hence why I'm using the curve ruler to join the points together. So I'm just going to be joining from the crotch to the hip. So now I will come here on the waistline. So on the waistline, I'm going to measure my waist circumference, divide by 4, which is 7.5 inches. So I'm also going to add another 1 inch on top of the 7.5 inches. And then after that, I will just join the waist point right there to the hip line. And now I'll be creating the dart. So I'm just gonna come on this line here and then measure my nipple to nipple measurement. Mine is 4 inches. And then I'll just add the 0.5 for the dart on the sides. So this is the middle line, and then I measured 0.5 on the side. And then, well, that's it for the darts. Now I'll come here on the crotch line. I will divide this line by 2 inches. And this will be the middle point of my pants. So just make a point on the crotch line, the thigh line, the knee line, and also the bottom part of my pants. So I'm just gonna make a straight line. And while I'm making this line here, it will be the middle point for me to measure the thigh circumference, the knee circumference. So I will take my thigh circumference measurement, divide it by 2. So in this case, mine is 11 inches. So I just put my tape in the middle line there, so I can be able to measure 5.5 inches on the sides on the thigh line. So I'm still going to do the same on the knee line. So it's the knee circumference divided by 2 and then just make the points. So after making the points, what I will do is I will just join the lines together, the points together. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. So now I'm going to come to the point here where I'm going to put my zipper fly. So what I did was I just measured 2 inches out from the line there. And I will just take my curve rule and make a curve from the hip line to the curve there I created for the crotch. And I will just cut out. So after doing that, what I will do is I will just cut out the pants. So this will be the front part of my pants. So after cutting out, what I will do is I will use the front pattern to cut out the back. And that's it. So I'm just going to try and fold this part here. So this is where I'm going to insert my zipper fly. So I'm just going to take a scissor and make a very small notch here so I can be able to fold in through the zipper fly like this. So after folding this part here, I will take this front pattern and place it on a new pattern paper. So this will help me to cut out the back pattern. But before doing that, I will just show you how I'm gonna trace out the pockets for my pants. So for the pockets of my pants, what I will do from this point here, I'm gonna go in by 2 inches and make a point. And I'll also go down here by 5 inches. So this is for my pockets. And I will just make a curve. So it depends on what shape you want for your pants. If you want straight, you can just make straight. If you want curve, you can make a curve. And then now I'm just gonna be placing the front on the new pattern paper to cut out the back like I explained before. So this is how I'm just going to place it. So after placing my pants, what I will do is I'm just gonna extend the crotch line, the hip line, like so, and ensure that you have enough space there on the waistline. So I'm just gonna come here and go out by 2 inches. So I made the points. Well, on this waist here, I'm just gonna place my tape measure from this point to the point where it's marked 4 inches for the darts. I'll just find the middle point and make a point. And as you can see, I have a green dot though. So from the green dot there, I will just go up by 2 inches. And after marking the 2 inches, what I will do is I'm just going to join the 3 points together using the curve. Now I will take my straight ruler and then just make a line here on the waist. And after that, I will take my tape measure and I will measure the 8.5 inches slightly from the top point I made on the back, and I will just mark 1 inch around the pants. And after marking the 1 inches, I will just use my ruler to join the points together. Well, now after marking the 2 points together, I will come here on the waistline and then I will just mark my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches, And this is where I'll be creating the darts. So my dart is 4 inches long. So I'll just take the ruler and then just make my darts. So I'm just going to be creating my darts right here. And that's it for the back. So the next thing for me is to just cut out. And I will also cut out the curve I have on the front part of my pants. You see this part here for the pocket, so I'm just going to cut it out. And then after cutting the pockets out, what I will do is I'm just going to trace the curve I have on the pockets like this, and I will just cut out. And after cutting out, I'll just fold this into 2. So at the end, when I started sewing, my pockets was too long, which I ended up reducing the sides. So for me, I will just go down by 7 inches. So 7 inches long for the pockets. And I will take the back part and then just make a curve. So you can just see what I'm doing here, because I don't really know how to explain it. And I also took a curve ruler to just make a curve here, because I don't want the sharp corner for my pockets. And this is how it looks. So while my waistband it's 1.5 inches wide and 15 inches long, so I'm just gonna be cutting this on fold. So when I cut it on fold, it's gonna bring me back to 30 inches. And on the next upload, I'll be showing you how I sewed the pants. And that's it for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next video.